Doon na. Tayong boto na lang.
Kasi,
Friends, ladies and gentlemen, the mayor.
Likod pa, wala ba tayo sa likod? Yan lang naman. Hindi, dyan lang naman.
Si Mayor, tinutulungan natin.
Uy! Naku, eh.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jimmy Kura. I'll be your moderator this morning. We'll let Mayor sip some coffee for a while just to cool down. Originally, he was invited for a 7 o'clock to 10 session with us, but he asked it to be scheduled later because he had an earlier breakfast commitment. No? So naturally, we acceded. and he's used to large groups because he gets invitations all over the place. This is probably the smallest group he's facing. But I've told him that this is a very small, intimate group, but rather high-powered in terms of the representation, especially in the Dominican institutions that are here in Manila and all over the Philippines, including USD, which are all in the city of Manila. So, without further ado, because time is gold, time is precious, we'd like to start off right away with your permission, and we'd like to ask the President of... We'd like to start off with a prayer. I've just been reminded. Tama naman, di ba? And none other than Father Jun Sipalay, Provincial of the Dominican Order in the Philippines, will lead us in the prayer.
So you always remember that God is present in us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for this morning. We ask you to bless each one of us. We thank you for our three brothers for gathering us here. We thank you for sending us our Mayor, Isko Moreno, to be our spokesperson today. May his ways of doing governance inspire us. May we in different endeavors be able to share also our hopes and dreams. May this morning be inspired by the Holy Spirit, and may this communion with the Trinity inspire us to be better in our different ministries and apostolates and works. May God the Father bless us, may God the Son lead us, may God the Holy Spirit enlighten us, give us eyes to see with, ears to hear with, hands to do the word of God with, feet to walk with, and mouth to preach the word of salvation with. May the angel of peace to watch over us, lead us at last, and Lord, give the kingdom, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Father. Now we'll ask the President of the Fili Sancti Dominici. Fili Sancti Dominici is Latin for Sons of Saint Dominic. And this is the organization, official organization, formally registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, of all the former Dominicans, no, who left the convent but did not leave the order. We're still Dominicans at heart, and so we try to continue living the spirituality of St. Dominic and trying to participate in the preaching apostolate of the order. Our President, Mike Plana, to formally welcome all of you.
Before my turn, may we request everybody to stand up and proudly sing the Philippine national anthem.
Peras ng sinamanan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, luyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi. Di ka pasisir, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May nilalang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng wataw at mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhatit pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pa may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
A beautiful day indeed. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Imagine oneself in a deep and dark forest, wanting and without of anything. At a loss of light, of time, and a loss of direction. Helplessly, hopelessly, not knowing what lies next. And suddenly, a burst of light pierced the thick foliage of forest trees. Comes the bright rays of the sun and its colors, lighted and somehow magically erased the darkness of decades of political hopelessness and indifference. Indifference and callousness because of corruption and misgovernance, and the gross failures and the service that comes with it. Good governance, the all-cure political pill of our nation's ills and national malaise. Good governance, that even a whisper mention of it brings hope and smiles to all of us. Hope that a dream for a better nation is possible and real. The Filii Sancti Dominici, or Sons of St. Dominic de Guzman, whose members are all former religious and seminarians of the Dominican province of the Philippines, choose to continue to follow and live the charism of our Holy Father and Founder. Although now living in secular lives and working in different professions and vocations together with our families, but always in gratitude and in the guidance of the Dominican Fathers of the Philippines. Today, we proudly proclaim sponsoring this event together with the generosity of Cafe Ingo and of course the Dominican Fathers. The forum today is an integral part of Filii Sancti Dominici preaching apostolate. Now, together with our members and with you, we invite all to welcome hope and beautiful dream through our discourse on a subject nearest to our heart and to our country's soul, good governance. At this juncture, friends, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to turn over the forum proper to Fry Jimmy Cura, our moderator for today.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank Mike. Mayor, kung napansin nyo, tawagan namin ng Fry. Fry is what we used to call each other when nasa loob kami. It means brother. So, ngayon, and by the way, our guest speaker is known for his very folksy and very informal ways. No? So please, loosen up. This is supposed to be a kapihan, no? So this is not supposed to be a very, very solemn and very denumero kind of activity. But it's serious, no? Because the topics we will discuss are topics that not only current, but are topics that impact Catholic thinking and impact the Catholic way of life. And this gathering is supposed to promote the ecumenical discussion of issues and concerns regarding these kinds of topics, so that we can then be guided accordingly and then share our own insights with others who may not be here because of the limitations of space. Ang topic po natin ngayon is, for this second session of the Catholic Business Forum, is entitled, "Is Good Governance Costing More Than It Benefits Us?" A number of local government CEOs are arousing fresh hope, as our President Mike said a while ago, among our citizens, that governance can indeed be improved for the welfare of the people. Among the fresh faces fueling hope for change and transformation in Mega Manila are Mayors Isko Moreno, more formally known as Francisco Domagoso in Manila, Vico Soto in Pasig, and Francis Zamora in San Juan. A bit older in public service are Marcy Teodoro of Marikina and Kit Nieto of Cainta, who became mayors 1 or 2 terms earlier and began showing the way in good governance in their respective local governments. This morning, we are privileged to have one of the emerging paragons of good governance in the person of Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. Thank you, sir, for responding to our invitation despite your heavy schedule. We hope to be able to tap into your experience and insights on the matter of good governance and its costs and benefits. But what is good governance? Good governance is an approach to government that is committed to creating a system where decision-making is founded on justice and peace, that protects the individual citizen's human rights and civil liberties. It has 8 major characteristics. It is participatory and consensus-oriented. It is accountable and transparent. It is responsive, effective, and efficient. It is equitable and inclusive, and it follows the rule of law. Thus, the most common indicators of good governance are the following: voice and accountability, political stability and absence of violence, government effectiveness, regulatory quality, rule of law, and control of corruption. The opposite to all of this is, of course, bad governance, which is increasingly regarded as one of the root causes of the biggest evils in our society. But all this talk about good governance also has its accompanying costs. These costs include the following. 1, the money spent on administrative expenses. This is also known as administrative expenditure. The authors Fluvian, Drucker, and Apolumbo say that this expenditure covers both administrative expenses and capital administrative expenses, or the costs of running government in general, the cost of performing political duties and discharging civil services to the public. Lahat yun kasama doon sa administrative expenditure. Second, the provision of security by the state. This refers to the military and the police, or the uniformed personnel. Third, the misuse of public funds, rationalized in the name of governance by corrupt officials, or grafted corruption in all its forms. Fourth, population increase, which causes more demand for public goods and services such as education, health services, and the like, and constant pressure from all the organized groups that compete for the increasingly limited resources. Five, the ever-increasing civil service sector. These are the government personnel at all levels whose salaries and emoluments are funded by the people's money. And six, this one I have added myself, the personal costs to those who exercise governance, such as physical burnout and illness. Threats. Threats to personal security, social costs, and the like. From this backgrounder, I thought of some specific questions which we might throw to our guest speaker if there is time to stimulate the discussion. For example, for the city of Manila, what are the top concerns of good governance? Number two, what are the most important manifestations of good governance that the present administration intends to offer the citizens of Manila? Three, how much of the budget is directly set aside for good governance? Four, despite the ever-growing annual budget, why do citizens feel less and less benefited by this growth? Number five, which aspects of the budget tend to be misused and at what cost to the city? Number six, how can citizens effectively monitor and safeguard that the budget is being effectively used for good governance? This question implies that tayo mga citizens, gusto naman natin talagang tumulong sa good governance. Gusto natin malaman paano ba tayo makakatulong dun sa ating pinuno. In practice, what are the biggest threats to good governance in most cities or towns? And here is where he comes in. Here is where he has excited so many of our people. What are the out-of-the-box solutions, if any, that are being pursued to ensure good governance? Okay, and here to share his insights on these concerns is the most talked about newly elected local government chief executive officer in the country today. Do you agree?
Yes!
If you agree, palakpakan naman dyan. A quick intro of our speaker. Born and raised in poverty, we all know this. His life is the stuff that movies and teleseries are made of. The very same medium that in real life gave him the eventual leverage to compete successfully and win as a local politician in the city of his birth. From councilor to vice mayor and now mayor of the city of Manila. From the ranks of the poor and the lowly to now the circles of the esteemed and the influential. But rather than let all the success go to his head, some say that he is sounding more and more like someone who has discovered a sacred vocation, a higher calling to become a servant leader in the complex and near impossible realm of public service. How is his newfound vocation playing out? Let's see. On his first days as the new mayor of the city of Manila, Isko Moreno carried out a series of seemingly small but significant, decisive, and quick actions to address long-felt but wantonly neglected problems in the city. Suddenly, the usually plowed streets of Divisoria were being completely cleared of illegal stalls and vehicles. The Bonifacio Monument at Plaza Loton, which reeked of filth and human waste, was now spanking clean. Several more such actions took place in different parts of the city, all in the span of a few days. The effect on the people was something like shock and awe. Pwede naman pala eh, many of them said incredulously. Since then, Isko Moreno has become the poster boy for the possibility of good governance at last, in a city that he himself admitted had long lost its preeminence as the capital of the nation. But alongside the initial public chorus of praise and flattery for his unbelievable good start, some cynical comments are now being heard. So, umpisa lang yan. Pag-ibig lang yan. Sobrang laki ng mga problema, hindi niya kakayanin. Mapapagod din yan. Pagkakasakit at give up. Bibigay yan sa padulas at kotong. Malapit na. And so forth. So we cannot help but ask, what costs loom for this bright young man with big dreams and a big heart and a brave heart and a disarming gift of the gab to stay the course and pursue his vision for the city of Manila? What are his chances for success? My friends, let us hear the story and the insights from none no less than Yorme Isko Moreno.
Thank you. Maraming salamat po sa tagapagpakilala sa inyo pong lahat dito. Pasensya na kayo, hindi ako nakapag-review. Mukhang examinasyon na. I think I have to answer all those things. Line up. Ngayon anyway, but I'm honored. Thank you very much sa ating mga kaparian, sa ating mga madre, negosyante, mga kaibigan natin, kakilala. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Kinakabahan tuloy ako bigla dahil hindi ko ako santo. I have some misdeeds also in my life. Marami rin akong pagkakamali at pagkukulang sa buhay. But sabi nga ng mga matatanda na pag natapa ka, dapat matuto kang maganda. Tapos, hindi pa ako pala simba. Kaya ang dami kong kasalanan sa Diyos. Sabi ko sa inyo, hindi ako santo. But don't get me wrong. My mother told me very well, taught me very well, that you can pray anytime of the day. Kahit nasaan ka, kahit anong ginagawa.
Open speaker, maganda sa akin. Okay lang yan. Yan, okay na po yan.
Sport talaga, ibisan. My mother told me that you can talk to... Kain lang po kayo, sister. Sayang, lalamig kaya ako araw-araw. Talagang pag may pagkakataon, kahit saan. Because I really wanted to simplify life because life itself is complicated. Why make it more complicated? So, there are things in life that a man cannot do. But with God, walang imposible. Kaya mapapasin ninyo, ito walang politika. Mapapasin ninyo, after everything said and done, tingnan nyo sa dulo namin, may bago kaming kampanya sa Manila. Sa dulo, yes. After everything said and done, after all those mindsetting, after all those effort, physical, logistical, and everything, after ginawa na ng tao, ayun na, doon na kami sa dulo. God first. Kaya, sabi ko kasi, ang Manila, napansin ko, parang no leaders, including me. At this time, will solve all the problems of the city of Manila. It's literally chaotic. Across the board. Wala na to, wala na tong demographics. pinakamahirap, mahirap, middle class, mayaman. Lahat may sakit. Hindi sakit ng physical, but may sakit, may problema. May problema kami bilang pamahalaan, anumang posisyon, from the bottom up. O, ganun din sa lipunan. Kasi para bang everybody gave up in Manila. So yung mayaman, for example, pag sabihin, may sakit sa lipunan yung mayaman, try to be heard by the government or to share situations. Then yung mga leader ng pamahalaan, ikinipit balikat na lang. Kaya nang bandang huli, yung mga nakaluluwag sa buhay, wala na lang naman. So same thing with the middle class. Middle class will go in and out of their houses, go to specific jobs, 8 hours a day, kahit nagka-cutting trip yung sinakyan niyang jeep or bus, dala na napagod na rin siya, kakareklamo at wala rin tumutugon sa kanyang pamahalaan. Piniagat na lang niya. Kaya kahit na 2 oras pa siya sa kalye, imbis na 1 oras na lang, wala na. They got tired of complaining. Lalo naman ang mahirap. Kaya nga, alam mo yung minsan, bagay may mga matatanda naman dito, no? Medyo lang. Eh, tama si President Magsaysay. Those who have less in life must have more. Ayun mga mahirap, ako Diyos ko, mas kawawa. Bakit? Dahil sa kulang ng services ng gobyerno? Hindi po, normal na po yung kulang ng services ng gobyerno. Because it will never be enough. There's so much numbers in demographics, no? If we talk of data, talagang masyadong malaki ang portion nila. So it will never be enough. Let's accept that fact. That's why, you know, in problem solving, sa akin lang, ito personal ko lang ito. In problem solving, you have to accept it's a problem so that we can address it. Because in denying it, ang tawag ko dyan pagkakubli. Iyan yung nagwawalis na naglalagay ng alikabok sa ilalim ng albumbra. Na nandun pa rin yung problema sa loob ng bahay. Just to hide it. So, nangyari, no, yung mga mahirap, bakit ko nasabi na mas kawawa? Nakita ko, itong mga supposed to be matatalinong tao, itong supposed to be mga leader, na mga nangapag-aral, mga kilalang pamilya, mga alta sa syudad ba? Ang tawag doon sa description ng when you describe, alta sa syudad yan. Ito, yung mga leader, so-called leader, mga lahi ng mga politiko, ang siyang nanggagahasa ng kahinaan ng mga mahihirap na unawain ang sitwasyon. Na mahirap umunawa na sitwasyon. Dala kasi ang pagmahirap, ang una niyan, bituka. Maniwala. Ito yan. Of all the things, may sakit na, magtatrabaho pa yan, wala siyang pakailan. Ang ano yan, chicha talaga. Ito yan. This is the weakest part of a poor person. Dala ng kahinaan niya, unawain, ito naman mga politiko, gagahasain sila in such a way that sila ay para sa kanila. And only to find out, this is the same politician who will squeeze whatever is left to our poor people. Instead of changing their mindset, instead of inspiring them, instead of yung yakapin, yung kalawitin, akayin, ay hindi tutulungan pa, hindi ikaw mahirap dapat dyan ka. O sige, maghanap buhay ka dyan. Akong bahala sa iyo na magkaan. Kano tayo? Kaya ang nangyari, kaya ko hindi nyo ko masisisi, no leaders, including me, will address the problems of Manila immediately because it's psychological, it's mental. Yung economic is always given, basic services is already given. Kung ka nandiyan na yan may ospital, may eskwelahan, may simbahan, may institusyon, merong sports facilities, merong job opportunities. May mali sa Manila. Napansin nyo? Yung pananaw. That's why we're really trying to change the mindset of our people to participate, cooperate. Yung kusa, hindi nyo nakapasya pag-isa. Magkusa naman tayo, tulungan natin. Kasi yung normal, ang normal, may gobyernong matino, may gobyerno sa kalsada, may gobyerno sa pamahalaan, sa pamayanan, yun ang normal. Because in a civilized world, in a civilized time, we are being guided by law and order. Without it, that's what we call anarchy and tyranny. So yun ang normal. Napagod ng tao, ikinipit balikat na lang. They lost hope. So, yung normal, naging abnormal, at yung abnormal, ang naging norms. So, kahit chaotic, okay na. Ano na. Ayaw ka na lang. That's why, I've been saying this for so many years. And a lot of politicians is afraid to lose political capital. A lot. Because the basis of their power is money. Kaya sila nag-exist dahil nga alta sa syudad, ang pinuhunanan, pitsa. Kaya, pag magdidirektiba, kapag maggugobyerno, kapag magpupolisiya, gagawa ng polisiya, ang tawag doon, inaano muna, ilan ang mawawala sa atin dyan? Kina-quantify muna. Instead na, di ba, in democracy, 50% plus 1 lang. Ako kasi ganun ako lagi mag-quantify. Basic ako lagi. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, what we're doing, in fact, wala pa ko kaming ginagawa sa Manila. What we're trying to do is elementary of governance. The ABCs of governance. Yun lang talaga. Kaya, nangyari, so, through the years, nung dumating kami, boom! What we did is normal. But it seems what we're doing is abnormal. Kasi nagulat ang tao. If I may borrow your words, pwede pala. Posible pala. So that's why, kanina, sabi ko, psychological. We're trying to put in the hearts, minds of our people that there's still hope. We're trying to ask the hearts and the minds of our people to help us. Trying to ask the people to have a second look for Manila. Dati kasi dire-diretso na tayo. Ano sila doon? Ang gulo niya mga taga-Maynila na. Dire-diretso na lang yung utaw. Yung tao, sorry. Dire-diretso na lang yung tao. That's why, kinakalabit namin kayo ngayon sa likuran ninyo. Kaya hindi nyo ko napansin na Jasa, Gokong Way, D, G. Lahat ng dalawang letrang pangalan. Lahat. Kinakalabit ko talaga. Literally. Tingnan niyo naman, no? Ito gagawin namin. Ano tingin ninyo? Why? Because I really wanted to go back to Manila. At siningil ko sila. Magaling ako maningil eh. Sabi ko, kayo, mga second generation, third generation na kayo. Pero sa ayon sa gusto ninyo, kayo ay ang pamilya ninyo, may kasaysayan sa Maynila. You owe it to us. You owe it to Manila. You owe it to the capital of the country. While it is true that you live in Makati, Quezon City, and so on and so on, lumago ang negosyo ninyo dahil sa lungsod ng Maynila. Kaya siguro, hindi naman masama. Bigyan niyo muli kami ng pangalawang pagkakataon. Bumalik kayo sa amin. Mas mahal sa BGC, mas mura sa amin. I'm just trying to be honest. Totoo naman eh, ang dami kong espasyo sa eskolta eh. No, magka sa Makati. Magkano sa Makati? No? 1.6 per metro kwadrado. Upa to ha. 1.2, 1.6.
200.
Ha? Hindi, I mean per square meter rent. Lease lang to, lease.
Per meter, lease.
You can have it at 800, 500 in eskolta. Magre-renovate ka nga lang ng konti. Magre-renovate ka lang ng konti. But, historical building yung mga. Kaya nga, hindi ko pa napupuntahan to ha, pero ini-invite ko na kayo, 1919, sa Wanluna. Yung HSBC,
Yes.
some family, a family invested so much, protected the heritage, came up with an idea on an old coffee shop. Tumbok. Sa tumbok lang, bago mag-ilog, yung HSBC building, yung 19 kopong-kopong. Ano doon? Saw the picture. Ay, dinadaanan ko, kaya lang, lagi na ako kasing gabi nakakaikot. Sa madaling araw, nakikita ko siya. So, now going back to what's happening in Manila. So, kami po talaga, sabi ko, ano pong pangalan niyo? Ma'am? Lisa. Ma'am Lisa. How can I ask Ma'am Lisa? Sabi ko to sa mga department head. Team. How can I ask Ma'am Lisa to clean her frontage of their house, wherein we, as city government, just across the street, there's full of shit. And this is not a metaphor. This is literal. There is 160 structures na bodega, bahay, tindahan, in a park. Sabi ko, Naira, loko-loko rin pala ito ibang tao eh. Naghahanap pa ng condominium para maupahan. Ito park, laki, ganda, pride, nakatapat mo pa, SM. You don't have to go far. And it's been there for X numbers of years. Kaya ko sinabi sa inyong ironic because you know how far it is? This is our coffee shop today. Ito office of the mayor. You know where it is? Ayan. Without yan. You ask our media friends. They know very well. Ayan, BPI. Yan. Ganyan. Andiyan. So yung mayor, araw-araw may batcave yun eh. Sa baba, may papasok yung sakyan. Pakita niya, araw-araw. Then I'm going to ask Miss Lisa, Ma'am Lisa, Ma'am, tulungan niyo naman ng gobyerno. Makisuyo naman. Linisin niyo naman yung harapan ninyo. Alam mo, sasabihin niya sa akin, ano, Mr. Mayor? You're asking me to do something It is your job. No, hindi. Nakikisuyo lang ako, ma'am. Baka lang makatulong kayo sa pamahalaan. Any effort, makadadagdag na sa amin. Hindi. Paano kung lilinisin ang tapat ng bahay ko? Eh, bahay mo nga, dumi-dumi. Diyan na sa City Hall mismo. Tama naman. What is our, sabi ko sa mga tao, what is our moral responsibility to ask somebody if we in government cannot clean even our frontage? And this is basic. This is not a rocket science. It's duplicable. At kopya-kopya rin. Pwede ko rin kopyahin. And that's why we started with that. Oh. Sabi ko sa kanila, dalawang bagay lang mangyayari sa inyo. Nung kinausap ko yung mga yan, dalawang bagay lang mangyayari sa inyo. Umalis kayo ng kusa, it's a part, it's for everybody.
Yes.
Umalis kayo ng kusa, o bukas sa bukas, kung nakapanood kayo kay Roman Mompin, na minaso ko yung Greco statwa heritage nilagyan ng barangay hall. Sabi ko sa inyo, kumulo yung dugo ko. Nakita ko lang yun eh. And that, immediately, road, umpin, di ba? Sabi ko doon sa mga, don't test me. Hindi naman ako matapang. Hindi rin ako maaaring tama. I will never be right all the time. Don't get me wrong. I will never be right. Only God is always right. But I will be just. With being just, I know for a fact, at the very least, wala akong aapakang tao. Nagiging makatwiran lang. Sabi ko, so it's either you evacuate, it's beyond the commerce of men, as like what the Supreme Court said, or tomorrow, I'll go down here, dudurugin ko lahat yan. Nangihinayang naman ako sa inyo, sayang naman yung masisave nyo pang gamit. Dahil ako, galing din ako sa squatter. Anything, yero, 2x2, coco lumber, plywood, anything na pwede masalvage, sayang. These are not squatters, ha? Ako, thinking ko pa squatter. Pero these are not squatters. These are entrepreneurs. Being organized by an organizer. Ng mga bata ni Eddie at Patty. Eddie siya. Sino si Patty? Pati mga kasama niya. This is a modern, organized tax collecting system. In the other world. Underworld. Ha? Iba yan, ibang mundo yan. Awa ng Diyos, buti naman, meron nakakakilala sa akin lubos. Yung meron mga tao nagmalasakit sa kanila na ikinuwento para magligpit ka na, pagpupuyatan ka niya. And that's the problem with me, pag napuyat ako. I will not stop. When it's kapag may almoranas, dapat pumunta ka agad ng doktor, patanggal ng almoranas. Because it's really pain in the ass. And that's going to be me. It's going to be me. Because I cannot take it sitting down. Napapagabag ako. Kayo, tingnan niyo, mga religyoso kayo dito, di ba? Tingnan po ninyo, ha? Ano sabi? Hindi naman ako may sabi nito eh. For evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Para maghari ang kadiliman. Ha? Para maghari ang kadiliman sa mundong ibabaw, ang mga mabubuting tao'y manahimik na lamang. Ang pananahimik ninyo ay pagbayad ninyo. Hindi ako religyoso, but I think that's a basic principle in life it's a general acceptable principle all over the world. No matter what religion you are. It's not about the real verses in the Bible, but it makes sense. Parang nga naman yun na yung nangyari sa amin. Ikinipit balikat na lang ng tao kasi nawala na ng pag-asa. Kaya, sa awa ng Diyos, the following day, ubus sila lahat. You'll be surprised. Because somebody told them, huwag mong kulitin yan, mas makulit sa atin yan. Ayan, ubos. Then, maganda yung pagpapakilala sa akin kanina kasi totoo naman yung sinabi na yun. Sabi nila, recto, hindi na masusolusyonan. Nobody. Ay, in fact, meron nga dyan, nagsasabi, kaya raw yung pinayagan. Para daw sa mahirap. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo lahat. May magkiklaim so-called para sa mahirap, but these are the same people, same person who will squeeze. Ito yung mga manggigipit sa kahinaan ng mga mahihirap nating kababayan na maunawaan ng bagay at kahinaan mabigyan ng pagkakataon kahit mali na pwede ka naman makapaghanap buhay nang wala kang tinatapakang kapwa mo pobre. Oy, ako bakit ba ako? Hindi naman ako nagdala ng 3 kantos. O 29 para mamerwisyo to gain. No, I did not. Hindi ako nagsolving. Pero katabi ko, nagsosolving sa basurahan nung nagbabasura kami. Oh. Nag-sidecar ako, pero sabi bawal sa recto. O hanggang 8 na atras lang ako. Hanggang doon sa South Drug. Nasunod naman ako. Kasi sabi bawal eh. Makukulata ka ng lesbo eh. Kinakitipan niya ako eh. Sumalangit tawa eh. Yung police eh. Recently namatay. Natitiban ako eh. Dahil kakulitan ko eh. Sumunod hindi na ako umulit. O doon lang ako sa kanto ng South Drug. 1 Luna. Lakandula. 1 Luna, Lakandula. Ibig sabihin, yan. O di, sabi nila. Wala yan. And some of my hindi ko friend yun. Kasi kung friend ko yun, hindi gagawin sa akin. Somebody offered the X number of X number. It was about 5 million a day. 150 million a month. That's 1.8 billion a year. That's 5.4 billion in 1 term without receipt. You are in a wrong business. You should go to politics. Kasi hindi pa pera ng taong bayan yun. Hindi pa kaban ng bayan yun ha. Baka hindi nawiwindang lang, hindi nyo napapansin. Pera sa lupa pa yun. Ang tawag ko nga doon, kaya di ba nung araw, anong tawag sa magnanakaw? Mandarambong. Tapos, ang dekada 90, naging magnanakaw. Tama? At tapos nung year 2000, dahil Y2K na, plunderer. Tama? Nag-evolve eh. Ako, may bago kong tawag sa mga yun. Alam niyo ano? Alcohol. Bakit alcohol? Walang patawad sa mikrobyo. Pera sa lupa yun eh. Pera na mahirap yun eh. Kala ko ba't gusto natin tulungan yung mahihirap? Kung talagang gusto natin tulungan at talagang kaya natin i-tolerate, ilatag natin sila sa tindahan, sa kalye, sige na. O, just for the sake of conversation, ilatag natin sa kalye. Totally, paggagamit naman pala natin sa mahihirap eh. Tama naman. O, pero, ipalalatag mo para hingin mo ng 350 a day, na mas mahal pa ang pwesto niya kaysa sa mall. At ito pa yun, sa mall, down payment. Tama? Dito, goodwill pa lang. todas ka na. And don't belittle this. I challenge each and every one of you. Siya sa atin niyo. Goodwill sa rector, 30,000, 50,000, 500,000, 1 million. Goodwill to ha. Goodwill is one-time fee. Ba't umabot ng 1 million? Mapapasin nyo dati sa rector, building mo. Ma'am Lisa, building mo, sa rector. Pasinin mo, bakit may gumagapang na damit? 1 million. Oh, hanggang langit, pwede magkabit. Kaya pasin mo, ang kabitan, di ba? Hanggang may plus 350 pesos, 500 pesos. Can you imagine? O yun ba ang pagtulong sa mahirap? Yun pala, ino-organize lang yung krimen. On the G's. Kaya sinabi ko sa mga kababayan ko, buti naman, nauunawa ng mga kababayan ko, mag-iingat po tayo, gasgas na po yung salitang para sa mahirap. Ang tunay na para sa mahirap ay gumagawa, nagbibigay ng panahon to attend to social amelioration program. Security sa pamamahay, ginagabayan, pinamumunuan, binibigyan ng pagkakataon sa tamang parang. At pagkayari noon, yun yung mga basic, yung pamayanan, the physical appearance that addresses convenience, flooding, plain and simple rules, traffic, peace and order, governance. Kaya, yun, di ba yun ang tuloy na pag-gobyerno? Kung yun ang pag-gobyerno natin, then kung yun ang sistema ng pag-gobyerno, then bibiyakin natin yung community parang pizza. Ilan dito ang mga mahihirap? Bigyan nyo ng konting diin. Kumbaga sa Guryon, may kiling. May kilya. Lagyan mo ng konting kilya. Para na sa ganoon, mauunawaan naman ng taong nakaluluwag sa buhay na may konti tayong diin. May konti tayong kiling. In terms of services. Pero sa pagpapatupad ng batas, ay pantay-pantay. Walang mahirap, walang middle class, walang mayaman, walang Pilipino, walang banyaga. Lahat susunod sa Maynila. Yon ang aming pamantayan sa pag-gobyerno ngayon. Walang superpower na bansa sa amin. Maniwala kayo sa amin. Talaga. Hindi nyo kami madadala sa mga paupa-utang. Donation ng mga malalaking bansa. Humihingi ako, don't get me wrong. True, nanghihingi ako. Nanghihingi ako para sa tao, para sa syudad. But it doesn't mean in return that you can do whatever you want in the city of Manila. No way. No thanks. Because when we visit their places, if we're in Japan, we do what Japanese does. The rules. Same thing with yung mga ONAX. Pag nasa Estados Unidos tayo, sumusunod tayo. Sa Europa, ganun din. Sa Hong Kong, nasunod tayo. Then, the sauce for the gander is the sauce for the goose. When you're in Manila, you follow our rules. No exemption. We just donated okay, we donate, thank you. Beggars cannot be choosy. Choosers. But, it doesn't mean, huwag kayong mag-aalala ha, pumanatag ang kaisipan ninyo. Habang tinatanggap ko yan, ay ang lais ko lamang, ang layunin ko, upang kaharapin ang mga hamon sa pamamahala. But, not at the expense of your rights, of your, of our city, of our laws. No. Ano yan? Ganito sa Maynila. Pantay-pantay. O ngayon, pag nandiyan na sila sa mabuhay, ibang lugar na po yan. Iba na po yan. Ayoko. Ayan, malapit na yung boundary. Konting kembot na lang. Hindi naman kasi may kanya-kanya naman kaming suliranin at rules. So, awa na Diyos. A 2-decade problem in 48 hours natanggal. Natanggal ba? Nalinis?
Yes.
And then it became non-negotiable. One Luna Recto, One Luna Tondo, One Luna Binondo, Blumentritt, Rizal Avenue in pagbaba ng Macarpo, Carriedo, Raod, Quezon Boulevard, Plaza Miranda, the square, portion of the square is non-negotiable. Cannot be occupied by anybody. Yung mga Hidalgo, Villalobos, medyo for purposes of being compassionate and understanding and being just. But there are things there, non-negotiable. Then, yun na po yun. Tama yung sinabi mo. Wala yan. Sa simula lang yan. Kaya ko rin gawin yan eh. Utos lang yan. Well, I cannot blame those persons. Tigilan nyo na yung palaya. Ang palaya maganda lang sa diabetes. Kasi pagka puro pait ka sa buhay, hindi ka liligaya. Kaya nga ako, lagi ako pagka, if I'm going to, sometimes I was given a chance to teach, to share. Ay ko nga, ang palaya, sabi ko, ito simple. I don't know if you will agree. You know, happiness, kanya-kanyang perspective ito. Happiness. Pero ito yung reason ko kung bakit ako masayahin. Ang taong walang kabubusugan ay walang matatagpuang kaligayahan. Kaya lagi ako naging masayahin sa buhay. Because you should know how to appreciate and what you have to enjoy it. So if you are not happy with it because you are not contented because you have about 5 or 7 houses to attend, then it will never be enough. No, it will never be. Why? Kailangan kabusugan sa katawan eh. Hindi ka maliligaya. So, papait ang buhay mo. Kaya tigilan mo ang ampalaya. Bitter yun, di ba? Kaya ang ampalaya maganda lang talaga lagi sa diabetes. Sa pamumuhay, hindi talaga. Kasi ano yan, makukusubi ka. Kaya marami ako pinagpapasalamat sa Diyos. Kaya hindi nyo napansin, may hawak ako lagi Starbucks. Pasinin nyo. Alam mo bakit? That will cost me about 110, 120 pesos. Right? 3-in-1 lang, no? Magka 15. Pareho ng kape. Pareho lang yun. Kape rin naman yun. Why am I holding that brand of coffee? To remind me of myself. Oh, Isko, easy ka lang. Nung araw, pag meron ka 50 pesos, piyesta na buhay mo. O ngayon, nakabibili ka pa na 110 pesos. Huwag kang magre-reklamo. You should be grateful. If you can still afford to pay for 110 pesos for a coffee, then you're in a good condition, in a good situation. That's why I'm always grateful. When I'm grateful, I'm happy. When you say thank you, I'm energized. When you say, we appreciate, naku, Diyos ko, para nyo ako ni-recharge lang. Because you are my motto life. Ang tamang bayan ng baterya namin eh. Yun ang sukatan ng polisiya eh. If you appreciate it, remember, for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. If you know how to hate people in government and speak your mind and, publicly, there is no harm also in speaking your mind that you appreciate things. It's not because you're trying to align yourself politically and putting colors in your shirt. No, it's just that I don't like him before, but I like what he's doing, and I want everybody to listen to this person. You should follow. Hindi sa akin sa pagkalahatan tayo my professor taught me very well. Sabi nga niya, basta ang tao, yung na-appreciate niya, you encourage them to speak because ang maiingay ay yung konti. Yung mga tahimik, madami. Pero huwag kayong magkamali. Yung konti sa sobrang ingay na paulit-ulit, maririndi ang mga tahimik. At bandang huli, ang mga tahimik, kokonti na lang. Bakit? Na-persuade eh. And especially if you're going against underworld, especially if you're going against crooks. Crooks will spend money. They can even treat you for a lunch. Just to talk to you and have coffee, But naturally, hindi mo lang alam, kinukwento. What's happening here? Anong tingin mo? Pala, tinuturtal lang yung utak mo. So that's why. Kaya sabi ko, ang taong bayan, ang aming motto life. Ang baterya. If you appreciate it, we'll do better. If you don't, we'll change it. Because there is time. And lastly, after all these things going on, actually wala pa nga kami ginagawa talaga. Sa totoo lang, this is just a basic obligation of any mayor. What we're doing is the job of a regular mayor. Because mayors are micromanagers, which is a lot of people will disagree with me. A lot of people in political world will disagree with me. Sabi ko, ang mayor, micromanager. Hindi, macro. Micro. That's why they call it national government. National government, macro. Mayors, local government unit, micro. Yan yung day-to-day. Yan yung inaasahan ng tao. Now, mga kababayan, I cannot guarantee you tomorrow. Only God knows what will happen. But at the very least, that I can give you just something to hold on. Or anchored with. It will be different. I don't like stagnation. I don't like hibernation. The proof of this statement is just look at me. Look at me noong araw pa. Read what happened to my life, then you will understand why I don't like hibernation and stagnation. At 10 years old, alam ko nang may problema. Ano? Kahirapan. Wala akong chicha. Hindi ako nangalabit pengi. Binatak ko buto ko. In fairness sa nanay at tatay ko, they don't like it. But I asked them, I begged them, I want to do something. So, doon na lang pagbasihan. Why? Bakit ako ganun lagi? Because if you apply the principle of temperature, anything above zero is positive. Stagnation will give you nothing. Hibernation will give you nothing. I would rather try and fail than fail by not trying. Yun ang pwede ko lang iwan sa inyo. Walang garantiya, pero tiyak may ibang mangyayari sa Maynila. At may awa ang Diyos, the greatest goal in Manila, our vision, aspiration. I wanted to create an orchestra composed of different musical instruments, singing one music in harmony, conducted by one. Yan ang pangarap ko sa Manila. That one is not me. It is the law. That everybody will know. As a North Star, all sectors, that in Manila, someday, somehow, that there will be certainty. Certainty in peace, certainty in progress, certainty in rule of law, certainty cross, that when you go to Manila, you will be proud again that you can call yourself, ako, Batang Maynila ako. I want you to take that pride again. Because Manilans deserves better things from their government. Magandang umaga.
Maraming salamat, Yorme. Normally, ang design natin dito, yung guest speaker natin, binibigyan natin ng mga 20 to 30 minutes. Pero, pinabayaan ko.
Sorry, madaldal ako.
And you know, I'll explain why. Sabi niya kanina, yung mga tanong na tinanong natin, yung checklist ko. Parang examination ito, parang mahirap sagutin ito mga ito. Pero sinagot niya di ba? Without really going to specific questions, sinagot niya. By really going to the root of all those. And the root was mindset. Mindset. All begins there. But it's not my task to react. We have chosen somebody, Mayor, who we have requested to react to your speech, not on behalf of all of us, but to just start the discussion so that in the remaining time we can begin to get some reactions also from the others. Alam ko pong busy-busy kayo, baka hindi namin kayo mapabalik dito very soon. Kaya sasagarin namin dito kung pahingin tulutan nyo kami.
Ano pa naman yun usually to 12, dahil pinatawag ko lahat ng 100 na chairman, ng mga zone chairman. Okay. Para sa operation ng clearing, tuloy-tuloy pa rin, and so on and so forth.
So, ang unang-una magre-react sa inyo, yung dating presidente ng UST, na naging member of the cabinet din noon, siya yung chairman ng Commission on Higher Education. Walang iba kundi yung aming minamahal at ginagalang na kapatid, si Father Roland de la Rosa.
Yorme, maraming salamat sa inyong pagbabahagi ng inyong mga karanasan, ng inyong plano, higit sa lahat yung inyong idealism. No? Ngayon, sabi niyo, halos wala pa kayong nagagawa. Pero I would remind you small deeds done are better than great things planned. So kahit maliit o konti pa lang yung ginagawa niyo, malakas ang impact dito sa palagay ko, yung pagbabagong pinapangarap niyo ay makakamit natin. Ngayon, ang aking pong katanungan ay ito. Napakaganda ng sharing nyo, subalit kakaunti kami rito. Karamihan dito hindi pa botante ng Maynila.
Walang bilang. Purong flores to eh. Kumbaga sa Madyong, bago mabayaran, 13 muna.
Inulit kayo doon, no?
I'm happy that you have this type of interest. You see, I'm doing, if I may cut you short, I'm doing a marketing rally. Selling back again Manila. And, you know, for example, ito, ganda-ganda ng, kung nakakain na ako rito, masarap dito. What if may ka-branch sa Manila? This will generate about 10 jobs. This small space can generate 10 jobs for Manilans. So that's why, kahit hindi taga Manila, inahataw ko yan talaga. Please continue, Mr.
Salamat po, Mayor. Yun na nga, nag-rally kayo to bring people back to Manila. Ngayon, isang malaking audience, na captive audience ng Manila, sa palagay ko, ay yung mga estudyante. Remember, in Manila, we have the University Belt, na milyong-milyong estudyante ang naririyan. Sa UST lamang, every year we have 40,000 students. And that can be a very good forum for you if you can organize them well. Kasi sa aking palagay, ang mga kabataan ngayon, they still have the idealism. But because they have been disillusioned many times by, through the examples of our leaders, parang ayaw na nilang makialam. So what they need today...
Ikilipit-balikat na rin nila.
Opo, yun na. So ang gusto nila ngayon, I think what they need today is someone who can light up or ignite yung idealism back, yung kanilang hope. And I think there is one person who can do that. Because somehow you have captured their imagination. No? Sabi nga ni Rizal, the youth is the hope of our fatherland. And I believe yung miraculous win nyo against a very formidable opponent, si Mayor Estrada, and nobody was thinking mananalo kayo. I think it's also because of the great help of yung tinatawag yung silent majority who are the youth. No? So sa aking palagay, kung pagmamarapat niyo po, why don't you yung rally niyo, why don't you hold these rallies within universities? Because they can be your biggest partner in changing the face of the world.
Thank you. Well, dati, ang Maynila, most of us, sa isang mga ako, nagko-complain na yung mga university na siya, wala naman tayo kita dyan. Hindi naman nagbabayad ng buwis. In fact, it's the other way around. You know, when I did a meeting the other week, ito BPL. BPL to. Ito talaga sinabi ko sa, you know what? You know why you keep on renting spaces here in BGC? We were in BGC. Did you know that we are #1 producers of graduates? Sabi ko sabi nga nung isa, medyo malaki yung Singaporean leasing. Sabi ko, put up BPO in Manila. Why? Your employees will be happier. Niya, bakit? Nung isa, bakit? Naku, maniwala kayo. Because of the cost of living, it will be cheaper for Manila. Tingnan ninyo ha, sabi ko sa kanya, magkano yung sweldo rito? Pagpalagay natin 500 piso sa PGC. Magkano yung sweldo sa Manila? 500 piso din. Abay, bakit? NCR rate eh. Pagpalagay lang natin 500 because we are in one region, in a different city, and different opportunity. And I told them, sabi ko, tingnan ninyo, mamamasahe yung taga Manila. Pupunta ngayon ng BGC. Toos gas yun, ang laki, araw-araw. Tama? Now here we are, I'm encouraging you to go back to Manila and invest in Manila. I'll give you certain stimulants. The same thing that I'm offering with the realty companies to develop Escolta, to change the skyline of Escolta. I'll give it to you also. Just put up space, working space in Manila. I mean, meron lang isang catch. Sabi niya, ano yun? Kailangan 100% taga Maynila yung bibigyan nyo ng trabaho. Kasi bibigyan ko kayo ng tax package. Sabi ko, yun, sabi niya, done. Ngayon, tingnan ninyo. The same employee will go to, halimbawa, let's just say, Pandacan. From Tondo. Dati from Tondo to BGC. So he will save more. He or she will save more. Then if he saves more, then malaki ang take home niya. Then you have a happy employee. If you have a happy employee, you have an efficient and productive employee. It will benefit you. Hindi na ako may sabi niya, scientist na may sabi niya. Because science will dictate among right minds, based on studies, that a healthy, a happy employees is more efficient and productive to the purpose of the company. Kita mo. Hirap maging marketing ka eh. Ang dami mong babasahin libro eh. But yeah, that's why I would love to, Secretary. I would love to speak before our youth. Why not? Given a chance. That's why I tried and I'm trying to accommodate as many forum as possible in a given libreng oras. Kasi hindi naman kayo babalik basta-basta sa City Hall dahil nakita nyo lang ako sa City Hall eh. You have to hear us. You have to be given a chance to be heard like what you did today. So that you will know what's in our mind, what's in our hearts, where's the direction, what's the policy, programs, what are new existing laws, what happened to the ARTA law, what happened to ease of doing business, are you complying? Yes, we are compliant. In fact, modesty aside, the President asked for 3 days, Manila is only 1 day, may business permit ka na. Yeah? Closure of business is easy. Bureaucracy from 11 steps to 3 steps, from 8 windows to 1 window. These are the things that you want, no, not wanted, needs to be heard by the people. So that start putting your branches in Manila. Yeah? Kasi yung mga malilit na negosyo na yan, parang ting-ting. Pag pinagsama-sama niya, magiging walis yan. At mahirap ng baliin. So you're now, I want you to be our domestic economic partner. Small businesses, more stable, more manageable, less compliant, or less, what we call, if I may put that in right perspective, regulatory, easy to manage. See? It doesn't hurt if it closes. Unlike a corporation who have about 1,000, 2,000 people in the very next day because of the PSC collapse, then the corporation collapse, then there will be 1,000 hungry people will go in the streets of Manila. Medyo mabigat yun. That's why I'm a believer of small industry. That's why when I was given a chance to be with Go Negosyo the other night with Secretary Concepcion, kahit gabing-gabi na, wala pa akong loob to nun. Sige lang, tirahin natin. Why not? Total, laway-laway lang ang puhunan eh. Totoo naman, laway lang puhunan ko eh. And some imagination. Why? Leaders should be magician. You have to be creative. You have to innovate. You know already the trick. Kaya tayo naman, nabola na rin tayo ng magikero ng araw, di ba? Napanood mo na yan eh. Pero you're still winning because it's new time, new way, new approach. So may innovation. So alam na natin may gobyerno. Alam na natin the ABCs of government. Alam natin ito ang rules. But leaders adapt. Kapag ang pinuno tumanggi na sa mga hamon at pagbabago ng panahon across the world, teknolohiya, ekonomiya, process, and so on, pag tumigil na, then delikado tayo. We should adapt the way you wanted your people to adapt to your policy. Kaya ganon. Innovate, innovate. Kaya we keep on electing congressmen. We keep on electing senators. Bakit? Kailangan pa ba natin ng congressman? Kailangan pa ba natin ng senador? Eh may batas na, may konstitusyon na. Tama mali? We should not be electing them. Pero hindi. We continue to elect them. Why? To innovate new laws. To create new laws. Innovate the old one. To adapt to the demands of our time. But if not, we will be outdated. Or, ang tawag dyan, hindi na tayo tumutugon sa hamon ng makabagong panahon. Kaya ang batas ay binabago. Huwag tayo mahihirate basta-basta. At hindi common na kasanayan na ay tama na. Yan ang isang maling mindset. Hindi, okay na kami rito. Tatawid naman kami dyan eh. Nung araw nung ako tumatawid dyan eh. Bata pa ako, dyan ako tumatawid eh. So, pinakikilaman niya kami. O ito, tama. Di ba, ganon? No. We people should adapt also. That there are new rules. Yes, it's true. You used to do that. Oh. But it doesn't mean it's right. Yan. Yan yung sasabi ko. Talagang pinipilit ko na i-ano sa tao na wag. Einstein said, don't expect different results will come to you tomorrow if what you did today is the same as yesterday. You will have the same result. I'll be honored. Given a chance. Anytime.
Saka, Yorme,
Po.
kahit yung mga address nito mga ito ngayon eh, parang wala sa Manila, or at least marami sa amin talaga taga Manila eh. Doon kami lumaki eh.
Oh, sabi ko na nga.
Kaya nga kami napadpad sa Letran. Boom, elementary hanggang high school, galing kami sila. Yung mga tapos UST pa. Kasi Manila kami eh.
At minimum na namuhay ang tao, general population ng Pilipinas in terms of Luzon. Ang general population, ganito na, general population ng professional, ayan, at least dyan na tayo, medyo data driven yan. General population ng professional, you owe us 4 years of your lives.
Tsaka Juan, Mayor,
Kasi 4 years kinakaroon sa Manila.
kahit wala kami negosyo doon, at saka parang wala kami opisina doon, may mga event sa amin, ang negosyo namin, ginagawa namin para sa Manila eh.
Interconnected.
Hindi lang po. Right now kami, we're doing certain projects that are planned for Manila. Kaya, yung kahalagahan ng inyong mensahe, this new mindset that you're bringing about governance and what it can do for what the people also want to do for the community, talaga kami importante na makarating sa as many as possible, especially our young people. Kasi we need to redeem them from cynicism and skepticism. Okay, ba?
Nadali mo. Tama po kayo.
Oh, okay.
Pangalan po, tsaka a little bit about what you track.
Good morning po sa lahat. Good morning po, Mayor Mayor Isko. And it's a privilege for me to be here as I was invited by Mr. Hervey Carino. I'm representing Pasig City Chamber of Commerce, the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises of Pasig. But I am a college graduate cum laude of Mass Comm of the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila. I'm also serving as Rotary President of Pasig, Mutian ng Pasig. Medyo nasa Pasig side ako, but
She is a product of, ito before you continue, she is a product of a leader's vision. Mayor Lacson and Mayor Villegas. Thought of PLM. Because of that, now you have a lady in front of us. Cum laude.
I used to be a student leader. Kami po yung mga nagra-rally during the time of, I think, Mayor Lim yan. So, ang sa akin po kasi, ang profession ko na po ngayon is event organizer. And I'm also the Vice President for Philippine Marketing Association. Nabanggit niyo po that you're needing something for the marketing. And upfront po, we're offering already our service from the Philippine Marketing Association to help revive the interest of the investors and the business people sa Manila as an investment location po. And we're actually set kami ng meeting sa inyo, Mayor. Hindi lang kami makasingit sa Mayor's office. And
Si Chief of Staff,
this is
COS, and si Cesar
Yeah.
Chavez.
And I myself is already, parang fascinated na po sa lahat ng ginagawa ninyo. And I'm willing to help as an event organizer, rally all the students and youth. In Philippine Marketing Association, we have the Junior Marketing Association of the Philippines, which PLM has a lot of members. So we can hold a symposium or forum like this in a bigger crowd, especially to the youth. Kasi medyo nasa in a limbo po yung we call that millennials. Sila ngayon centennials na yung upcoming professionals ngayon eh. And they're looking for heroes, idols, so they can emulate also as they go through the adulthood. And I believe you're one of those na pwede naming ma-endorse from the PMA, from the Chamber of Commerce, and from other social civic organizations. So I hope po na we can schedule that para po yung youth natin ay magkaroon ng direction. Kasi nowadays, the biggest sickness and disease of our society in the Philippines is apathy. It's indifference of the
Ano ulit yung
adults.
Tagalog ng apathy?
Walang pakialam. It's indifference po. So, lumalabas na din po
Yan na nga yung
yan.
kibit-balikat.
Opo. So, lumalabas din po yan with the
Ano na lang, no?
with the societal cases that we have, and yun nga po yung isang lang namin ma-share ko lang po, yung isang kaedad ng son ko ay 18 years old na namatay sa bangungot, na ang lifestyle ay medyo na inclined sa digital and hindi na rin napapansin ng parents. So medyo may mga problems and dilemmas po tayo na hinaharap ngayon sa society na tungkol sa youth. So I hope po yung kapareho ninyo mabigyan ng chance din para ma-share yung inyong mga vision and direction sa youth. So thank you very much po.
Hindi po tanong pero endorsement yun. Nagsabi na, commitment ng investment. Yeah, Renton. All the way from Davao.
Welcome to Quezon City. Quezon City po ito.
Good morning, everyone. I am attorney Anton Gonzali. And my wife mandated me to appear today with a specific instruction that I will have a selfie with you later on.
Oh.
I hope you will indulge.
Yeah,
That will be my pass.
Neb lang yung picture.
Anyway, this is my question. Before my question, every status in life, whether religious, businessman, or professional, we have our own inspiration. Now, in passing, you already mentioned, but I want to hear it again from you because as we are awed by your performance as a public servant, I want to know where you draw your strength and inspiration, especially with the enormous task ahead of you, the political bickerings and things like that. And especially when times that you are down, that you are about to give up, where do you draw your strength and inspiration? Because in that manner, we may also be inspired by all these things? Thank you.
Madalas kasi ipinagpapasa Diyos ko. Ang bottom line ng lahat, it's not because karap ko yung mga madre. Pare, no. I don't want you to listen to what you want to hear. But I'm just trying to be, in fact, I'll show you one. This has been with me for 22 years, I guess. 22 years. Isa, na-abduct na ako. In 2005. Pinado na ako ng baril, inabduct ako. It's in the news. Lahat nakuha. Ito hindi nakita. I don't want to sound religious or something, but I always believe in Jesus. Sorry, kanya-kanya tayo choice. Si Jesus. When you know, after all these things, no, I will be physically tired at the end of the day. I will be mentally drained mid-afternoon. You ask Chief of Staff. Mid-afternoon pa lang. I really have to cope up with because I really wanted to, may balita, may problema. Gusto ko immediately tulduhan. Kasi ito yung mga maliliit, before you know it, yung tigyawat naging, ano na, pigsa. Yung pigsa naging tumor. See? No, sorry salamat black lang ako kasi hindi ko na kailangan sugar, sweet na ako. Okay, so that's where I end up. I end up with Jesus. I end up, I always try to get His attention. To guide me, to give me emotional strength because I am biased. I am biased in such a way mas may pagkiling ako sa mga mahihirap nating kababayan. Emotional balance and strength is simply because while gusto kong pagmalasakitan lagi yung mga mahihirap, but ang gobyerno o ang lipunan ay binubuo ng iba't ibang sektor at demografiya. Namaunawaan ko yung damdamin niya bilang negosyante. Maunawaan ko yung damdamin niya bilang ina o leader. Kasi kung tatanungin ninyo ko, nauunawaan ko ba ang sitwasyon ng mahirap? May PhD po ako doon. You don't have to tell me anong kailangan ng mahirap. Pero yung kailangan niya, di ko alam. That's why yun ang hinihingi ko pangunaw. Yan ang mga bagay na pinapanalangin. Gamitin mo akong tulay sa mga taong gusto mo. Because whatever we do out of our pocket, it's not us, ours. It's just a material thing with value, but it moves people, it helps people. So, kung dumating sa'yo, pwede mawala sa'yo. Doon ako lagi. I sit in a coffee shop. I hope there's a smoking room for that. I have to be honest with you, that's the only vices that I have. I drink. Mas madalang pa pagbilog sa buwan. Kasi ayaw kong pumirma ng lasing. Kasi mahirap kaya pumirma ng lasing. Sabi bakit? Pero mo yung English niya, hirap na hirap na akong basahin. Kailangan ko pang basahin ng ilang beses. Ano pa yan, duling-duling na ako. Baka mapirma ako ng mapirmahan lahat yan. I smoke, I sit in a coffee shop, in a corner, That's why at the time, I love Cafe Adriatico because there's a smoking space. Ayun lang talaga, gusto ko. Sabi ko sa inyo, I'm no angel. Meron din ako mga pagkukulang. Then, ang pinaka matibay na baterya, yung strength. That's what you do. Nung kinuha mo yung mga, anong tawag yan? Low-lying fruit pa ang tawag mo sa English. Tama ba? Tapos hinog na pala. Binigay mo sa utaw. Nag-enjoy siya. So when you see their enjoyment, like when pag tinataas ko yung cortina ko, yan, lahat ng ambassador na nagpunta. You can ask Julius. I open it, that window. Yung Taytay Island. Pag binubuksan ko yun, can you imagine? Sabi ko nga kay Jim, sa totoo wala naman tayong ginawa eh. Binalik lang natin yung normal. Ang ganda pala. And people are enjoying it. Pag pinasin niyo dun, iniskoba ko lang yun. I-steel wool namin yung konting metal. Inilawan ko ng konti, hindi marangya. Nilagyan natin ng kapis, Pilipino pa, kasi gusto ko Pilipino eh. Kasi habit na habit ng mga leader, kumokopya kung saan saang bansa. Nawala yung sense of belonging. You know, Jose Rizal will remind us, alitaktak. Kung maalala ninyo, nilalagay sa botelya, yun, ganyan yun. Kapis, Pilipino yan. Lighting, pareho lang yung lighting na concept. Simple, unorthodox lighting. Make it more natural. Undefined. As if there is insect who produces certain light. Level. Parang gano'n lang. Pag tinitingnan namin, ano ko yung utaw sa'yo pag nakita mo talaga mo sila, family, picture, may nag-propose pa. Nakikita namin na sulit, pare. Ito, isang linggo tayo walang tulog nito nung tinitira natin ito. Parang, the end of the day, okay, next! Anong kabe? Kaya, yun, doon po ako pagka na-appreciate nyo. Basta ang endgame ko, Jesus. Kay Jesus ako. Pero yun dito ako, yung normal, to give me strength is kung kayo, when you appreciate those things.
Shall we pray for the mayor every day, ha?
Nako, yun ang pinakamabisa. Kasi marami nangangarap makakapak ako ng munggo ngayon eh. Parang matulas, bumagong ulo ko.
Ang dami pang gustong mag-react, pero sabi ni Mayor, kailangan siya bumalik dun sa...
Isa pa.
Dito, last question dito, kasi meron tayong rapporteur who will...
Mr. Mayor, thank you for giving me the chance. First, I'm glad Jesus is real to you. We're one with that and the rest. I like to connect with what Father Roland said. I think because of your desire to do good and desire the good of so many, you can, I like what he said, you can be an inspiration to the youth, even in Ateneo, to balance it.
Marami naman dyan.
Second, Mayor, napansin ko sa inyo, meron kayong freedom, kasi may culture ang Filipino na may hang up, pag may authority na kahit na mali yung ginagawa niya. I was in BIR yesterday and I chopped them with my bare hands in the legal division. Mayor, anong masasabi mo para ma-inspire mo rin ang Filipino na ma-break yung culture natin na may hang up sa authority na kahit na mali yung ginagawa, you can, bakit sa Filipino culture, that's one thing I don't like, but you can inspire also adults, employees, the Filipino culture, i-break yung ganung culture na meron namang mali, hindi nagsasalita. We can't speak. Sa narinig lastly na meron palang law. Sabi ko nga sa mama ko, na meron palang law na gano'n, na pag ang magulang ay hindi niya kaya i-take care, meron palang law.
Sa Manila lang.
Ano,
Sa amin lang.
inyo ba yun?
8243.
Nagulat talaga ako doon. Sabi ko, mama, mahirap tumulong sa mahirap, pero pag may ganyan, parang, so, that is one.
Thank you. Well, ipinagpapasalamat ko na rin sa mga taga Maynila. Una sa Tondo. Dahil ginawa nila akong konsyal for 9 years. You know, being part of a 30 members of the city council with lawyers and engineers and professionals, me, a high school graduate, taught me very well of those experiences on how to argue, discern. We may all argue. Ito lagi. Diskurso mo, diskurso ko. But we're in a flock. We can always argue, but at the end of the day, before we leave that door, we have to come up with something that we all agree. Dito sulugan tayo ng idea. Dito barilan tayo ng idea. Pero paglabas natin ng pintuan na yan, people are expecting for us that we came up with, to come up with something for them. And that is our obligation. Kaya, ganun ang ano ko. Kaya, pinagpapasalamat ko sa tao. Bakit? Ako, high school finish at that time. Because of an opportunity given to me by the people of Tondo, natuto ako. Tapos naging vice mayor pa ako, lalong tumibay ang pagiging pag-argue. Because, Confucius said, he who has question is a fool for that moment. He who does not is a fool forever. So, having that setback, academic setback, kasi talagang wala ako, hindi ako pinagpala na may gitna kutsara sa bibig ng mga magulang ko. Gusto kong mag-aral, and I hope you don't get me wrong. You can check the records of my primary education. First honor din naman ako noon. Hindi naman sa pagbubuhatan mo. So talagang may gigil na pag-aral. Wala lang talagang tsapi. Wala lang akong pera talaga. Na kaya akong papag-aralin. That's why, nung ako'y nabalik sa nabigyan ng pagkakataon ng Panginoon Diyos, nandun ako sa gobyerno, nakita ko, sabi ko, kailangan bumalik sa pag-aaral. Then went back to school, thanks to Vice Mayor Danny Lacuna, former Vice Mayor, he encouraged me to go back to school. Naturally, dahan-dahan. Hanggang sa, there was a time naging almoranas na ako. Sa puwet na may puwet. With, maganda rin talaga ang karanasan. I did not imagine myself at one time standing for 9 hours. Straight talking and arguing for 9 hours on the floor. Nabot pala ako na gano'n. Because naturally, when you keep on, kasi wala namang monopoly of knowledge. So, I keep on asking, not because pinahirapan kita, because I want them to learn. So that when I said yes, I know when I go to Plaza Miranda, I can defend it in Plaza Miranda. You may disagree with it, you may agree with it, but I can tell why I did vote, I did participate. Kasi my reason may not be your reason. My logic may not be your logic. But you deserve to know, at the very least, why did I participate. So you may respect and not respect the position, but at the very least, you do your obligation. Why? Hindi yung nyanyanga ka lang. Ito mga those who are in favor, please raise your right hand. Experience ko yun, sabi ko, kinausap ko yung Kusel niya, sabi ko, pare, alam mo tayo, pare-pareho tayo, hindi nag-aral, pare-pareho tayo. Wala na. Harapin natin ang katotohanan, puro tayo tulong sa kalye. But we're here already. Andito na tayo. Sinok pa na tayo ng tao. I mean, pinapasok na tayo ng tao. Andiyan na tayo. So, bahagi na tayo ng pamamahala. I think, one way or another, we pay the price of whatever we're doing when we were just an ordinary John Doe's and Mary. We dedicate portion of that time in our academic needs. And in fact, with respect to Senator Roble, he's a product of reading. Sumalangit daw ang kaluluwa ni Senator Roble, one of the respected Foreign Affairs Secretary. Produkto yun ng ng basa. Yun, along the way. So I told him, yun talaga binabago ko, pati kultura ng pagboto sa konseho at that time. Pag tumayo ka, you argue, you ask. Ako ilang beses ako napahiya sa konseho. Nasa record yan. Nasa record yan ng council. Ako Diyos ko, pinagtalunan namin etiketa. Etiquette. Ay, kala ko etiketa ito, di ba dito? I swear. When I was being humiliated, people were laughing. Tatawanan ako sa floor. Dahil ina-argue ko yung dapat, ito, nasa record to. Ululog din ako eh. Kasi ganito. His ano tawag sa First Lady. First Lady. First Lady. Hindi ko na mapanggitin kung sino yung First Lady. Basta, First Lady. Ng bansa, asawa ng presidente. First Lady. Sabi ko, no, Her Excellency, First Lady. And number, pangalan ng tao. Sabi sa akin, kasi resolution yun. Bakit walang, Her Excellency? Sabi niya, the First Lady itself is already a recognition of yung rank. Hindi. Bakit? Hindi pa magalang? Galang-galang yung unang gila? Ayan yun. Alam mo, yung tatawa. No, sa rule of etiquette o... Ano etiquette? Pati ba naman etiquette ng damit? Pinag-uusapan natin dito. Di ba etiquette? But those are my trouble years. In such a way that because of lack of I was deprived of opportunity to learn. So I want them to stop. I want them to stop laughing. And the only way to do it is to fulfill or to complete my academic background. Whether in a different manner, as long as it's academic. And particular academic needs, which is governance. Why? Kasi ako yung nasa pamamahala. I cannot ask somebody to teach me physics. The table of elements. Then we go to the floor. AU is gold. Di ba? So, I have marami salamat sa UP, UP and CPAD. They offered the executive program. Unti-unti yan. Nag-umpisa ako puro executive program. Pak. Quick learning. Tapos kuha ng data. Basa. Tapos pak. Oh, next. Ganon. Nagabol talaga. Pabalik ako nag-aral eh. Di ba ang pag-aaral pa ganon? Ako pabalik. I have to go back. Awa naman ng Diyos. Kaya nga, ako kahit pa paano masasabi ko, ako may diploma na, hindi lang gawang recto, gawang Makati pa eh. And I hope, my friends in showbiz, I mean, in the future, there's no harm in learning. Ako naman i-share ko lang alam mo, ang problema natin sa mga showbiz, kami mga politiko na galing sa pag-artista, gagamitin namin siyempre yung kasikatan at sa ayon sa gusto ninyo, yun ang lamang namin, yung kasikatan. That's part of politics. Why would you run if you're not sikat? I mean, logic will dictate among right minds. It's just so happen that we're that kind of edge. But siguro sana someday tayo, halimbawa, dahil nga dala ng hanap buhay natin, marahil iba sa atin hindi nakapag-aral, there's no harm in learning. Because we have to take this seriously. Nakasalalay ang pamayanan sa kanyang pamahalaan. Sandigan, sandalan ng pamayanan ang kanyang pamahalaan. Anong gusto natin? Adobe o plywood? So you have to come up with a strong government. Not strong because kailangan mong magalit lagi o kailangan mong pagdabog. No. Strong is such a way firm, fair, just. All these things. Immaterial of your religion, that God must be put first sa lahat. Bakit? Immaterial of your belief that kailangan lang may God. Ano man pangalan mo doon, basta ako si Jesus ang God ko. Yun. Sa iyo, ang iba pangalan, approve, ingat ka. Ganun lang, respect. Kumbaga, parang, but there must be, supreme being. There must be, doon naniniwala ako. Kasi nga, after everything, said and done, do your best. And God will take care of the rest.
Thank you. I will apologize to all those who will wanted to bring up something to the mayor. Sana, one day, not very far from now, maibalik natin dito, then we can continue.
Lapit lang boundary.
Yeah. Now, we will ask Eugene, the designated rapporteur, to kind of give us, in summary, the highlights of today's discussion.
Maraming salamat po. Una po sa lahat. Ako po ay naito na tangba. Lamay ni. Tunay na batang Maynila. May sarap at asim ng batang Sambalo. Kabilala. Narinig po natin ang napakaraming bagay na kanyang mga nasabanggit. Tulad na lamang po na pagsasabi na hindi naman nila talaga hindi pa naman talaga sila gumagawa ng something na bago dahil basic lang po kanilang ginagawa. Kundi ang pagkakaroon lamang ng tamang pananaw. At ang pananaw na yun ay ang pagtanggap na may mali sa Manila. Magkusa naman tayo sa ating mga dapat gawin. Narinig po natin na sinabi niya na I will not always be right, but I am just, which nakikita naman natin na nangyayari rin. Tinawag din niya sarili niyang almoranas o pain in the ass. Siya po yun, sabi niya. Kung noon ay tinatawag na mandarambong, magnanakaw, at plunderer, ngayon na alkohol sapagkat walang patawad sa mikrobyo.
Pero sa lupa.
So, it will be different because I don't like stagnation or hibernation. Dapat may pagbabago. The principle of temperature. Anything above zero is positive. Tama po yun. Walang garantiya pero tiyak na may mangyayari sa Maynila. Palakpakan po natin muli si Mayor Isko Moreno. At gawin ko rin pong pagkakataon ito upang magpasalamat dahil kayo ay also motolite namin sa Maynila. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Gusto rin po namin balikan ang mga nakapagbahagi ng kanilang pananaw kanina. Si Padre Roland de la Rosa ay nabanggit tungkol sa mga youth na nandito sa loob ng Manila universities, which was acknowledged by our Yorme, na napakarami po talaga mga graduates professionals sa Maynila. And then we also heard something from Miss Mitch Ballesteros offering her service under the Philippine Marketing Association. And also Fray Anton Balsali, Attorney Fray Anton Balsali, who also indulged na respectfully requesting from Yorme Isko kung ano yung kanyang source of strength and inspiration sa mga panahon siya nahihirapan, na sinagot na mabuti ni Yorme. And of course, from Miss Gail Hines, kung saan sinabi niya na meron siyang hang-up sa mga authority, which was also answered very well by Yorme. So marami po salamat. Pero bago po ako magpasalamat, dahil alam ko mamaya magkakagulo na, magsiselfie muna kami ni Yorme.
Daya mo.
Pwesto na rin kami dito.
Gagawin po natin yung usual summary nito. Ipo-post natin sa Facebook ng PILI together with pictures. At may request na Manila Bulletin sa akin. Sumunod daw ko ng kwento together with a photo of the mayor with us. At ipapublish nila. Alright. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Announcements from our chairman.
Okay, good afternoon. So while you're preparing, so we'll do this civilly, yung pag-take ng picture, okay? So while you're preparing to take pictures with the mayor, I would like to announce that next month, the third iteration of the Catholic Business Forum, our topic is the decongestion of Metro Manila. It will happen on October 22, 2019. Okay? So just to remind everyone, the third iteration of the Catholic Business Forum will happen October 22, and the topic is the decongestion of Metro Manila. O yung mga gusto magpa-picture, pila lang po. Okay? And then, Pili, I would ask that you stay for a group photo of the mayor. Okay? Pili, please. Picture muna po, picture. Okay,